Computer, show us the best podcast in all the land. Computer, delete search history. Delete search history.
Computer, delete search history. I've been catching myself saying that like all week, and I hate it. Like, why is that a thing? I don't know. Anyway,
Every time I watch it, it's the same girl that does it, and she does it in this very specific voice inflection that nobody else can like replicate. And I try my best to do it there, and I still can't do it.
no, she's on her own there. She's carved out her little niche, and she needs to just stay there.
Yes.
She's doing great.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 1 Hour 1 Brain Cell podcast, where we ask the computer multiple questions, including, I don't have any questions on the doc, so we'll just figure it out as we go along.
We have nothing to ask the computer. Computer, play Shakira music videos. Computer, delete search history. So funny.
Off to a great start as always. Hey, we have our 100th episode spectacular live stream extravaganza for charity coming up here soon. I think we finally have a date picked out.
I think we do. I think it's. I think we're targeting the May 1st, April. Sorry, that was backward in order. May 1st, May 2nd, May 3rd weekend. So
yeah,
not next week when you'll be hearing this, but the week after. We'll keep reminding you. But
yes,
that's what we're looking at. We're finalizing. We're nailing down the schedule. We're finalizing some games. We're finalizing what charities we're going to donate to if we have any money donated whatsoever. And even if we don't, I'll throw $20 into it because it's for a good cause. So come join us and make sure you're following along at our Twitch at OHOBC Pod for all the latest on that, and then our socials as well. And we'll keep reminding you. Don't worry, you're not getting rid of us that easily.
Yeah. So that is coming down the pike. I'm excited. Jordan's gonna make me play Minecraft for the first time, or is that part of it? I think we're planning on doing that.
I had planned on doing such a thing. I planned on that. I planned on making us do some horror games, which like probably isn't gonna go well, but we'll try it anyway.
Yeah, I don't know how Minecraft works, so that should be interesting. Question mark. Computer, how do you play Minecraft? Question.
Computer, how do you play Minecraft? There's instructions. Like it will tell you on the screen how to do basic things if you're unfamiliar and you've never played before. And I'll also tell you things, but I'm probably, full disclosure, gonna try and bait you into doing something crazy because you won't know any better. I'm like, go hit this thing, see what happens. And it'll purely be for my enjoyment, but it will be a trap, so you should expect that.
So what you're telling me is I shouldn't listen to a single thing you're telling me. Do the opposite.
Only if you want to survive,
but then there's reverse psychology, and then you're gonna tell me to do stuff that I should be doing, and then I'm not gonna listen to you, and then by not listening to you, I'm gonna do the intended effect that you intended, but then I'll know that you're doing that, and so yeah, it's a bunch of mind games. Good luck trying to figure that out.
I think you're overthinking it, but sure. We'll see what happens. Tune in for that. Whether I successfully rage bait Richie or whether I make him do something catastrophic all by himself.
I mean, last time we did the Played Up experience, and that was quite fun. I enjoyed that.
I feel like we could do that again, but better this time around because we go in with some knowledge now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue on. We do have in the pike. I need to produce it, but we're gonna do a Tate challenge at some point in the next coming weeks before Chicago.
Hmm.
Um, but I do need to produce it, so we're working on that. The idea behind it came from a TikTok that I saw, and there was this guy, and he was like playing Tate McRae songs for like half a second, and you had to try and guess which song it was. But I don't
Hmm.
want to like we were gonna. I was gonna pull up the TikTok itself, but it's like hard to like pause and get it right. So I have to go and I'll have to pick some songs, pirate them, download them.
Just openly admitting to pirating them. You could just screen record off of YouTube, I guess. That would be more legal.
I'll figure it out,
I'm
and
not
then
here
I
to tell
have
you how to
to.
do your job. You can produce a version of the game and I'll produce a version of the game and we can see who gets more right. You can
Yeah,
try and give me really hard sections and I'll try and give you recognizable sections and we see who can go 10 for 10 the best.
yeah, yeah. I have a feeling I'm gonna do terrible at this game, but we'll see.
I'm going
Yeah,
to throw
so
you
we'll
some softballs.
so we'll yeah, that's in the coming week. So stay tuned for that.
Mhm.
We'll be doing that soon. Um, let's see what else we got on the show this week. Oh, let's talk about Coachella Weekend One. I don't think you were able to tune in and watch a lot of this, but you saw clips. I sent you like 25 clips in a row of multiple artists. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's good. And one of us was having a great time. I was like, hell yeah.
Couchella.
Mm-hmm.
Couchella.
Coachella. Coachella.
Um, the headliner of the weekend was Sabrina Carpenter on Friday, of course. And I'll tell you what, man, this girl knows how to put on a show because it was like watching. She put a whole production. Like this was like watching a movie. Like the types of production and guest stars and storytelling she was doing was incredible. And she like went Larry all out. Like whatever she got paid to show up and do the show, she put it all into her production values. Um, because it was sick. It was a great time. There were so many like little references to like different movies and other musicals and Broadway, and like it was a great show. Um, I had a great time doing it. There were people on the internet that were complaining like, "Oh, that was boring." I was like, "Get a life, dude. Like, grow, have some more fun in
Literally.
your life. You need some more whimsy in your life, for goodness sake." Um,
Hating pop music doesn't make you deep. Next question.
Yes, exactly. Um, I was shocked though, however, because she did play like a lot of the big hit singles in the first like 10 to 15 minutes of the set, and then she went on
Hmm.
to play like the deeper cut stuff as the show went on. Um, so yeah, but yeah, great show. I enjoyed it a lot. We had Will Ferrell show up at one point. We had Susan Sarandon show up playing like an older Sabrina at one point, giving like a whole 10-minute monologue, which was interesting. And then we had Samuel L. Jackson's voice showing up at one point. We had like a Singing in the Rain fountain in a convertible at one point. Uh, we had nods to Chicago at one point. The musical. We had nods to like Dirty Dancing. We had the Dancing Nun on stage. So like it was everything. It was like the Stefan bit, and like this club has everything. And it was like this performance has everything, and it was great, and it was fun, and I'm curious if she like makes any changes for weekend two.
I don't know how you possibly could with as much production as we just mentioned that she was doing and the fact that like putting something together like that with the choreography, with the stage changes, with the direction and the costuming and like literally all of it is probably has to be so exactly timed and planned out to fit
Mm-hmm.
within the window of time that Coachella gives you to perform and to get everything set up. And I'm sure that took months to get all of that storyboarded and together, possibly longer than that.
Yeah.
She may have been working on it since last year, like who knows. But this is back to back years where we've seen a female headliner just absolutely deliver like a story and a narrative
Mm-hmm.
and something like that, and I'm living for it. I think it's awesome. She did a great job. She's an entertainer. She's a performer through and through. You see it on her tour and in everything that she does, and You can tell that she's got a good attention to detail. And to your point about sort of the way that she organized the catalog and the set list for the show, I think it was a nod to the past, present, and future sort of eras of Sabrina
Hmm.
Carpenter as we know it, and it was really good stuff. It was well done. I rewatched some of it this weekend on Sunday just to kind of see what it was all about. Looked like a good time. You're in for a good show if you're going this weekend.
Yes. I saw somewhere too where the second weekend prices are more expensive, which I thought was interesting, but I don't know why that is particularly, but whatever. I would
Maybe
also
because
like
you're
to point
not
out that
going in blind for it.
I guess, yeah, maybe it's because people are more excited to go now that they know what they're gonna get. Um,
Yeah.
but like I think Coachella is like one of the ones, like the one festival that I wouldn't want to go to because it's like literally in the middle of nowhere and you have to like get an Airbnb and then figure out how to get to the show in the middle of nowhere and like it seems like a
Mm-hmm.
logistical nightmare. So I'd rather just watch it at home for free on YouTube. But that's just me.
Yeah.
That'll probably change next year when Tate McRae's headlining, and then
I
I get
know.
a
We're gonna be
message from
like
you.
camping in the middle of the freaking desert. Like, damn. Yep. No, I've seen some people doing some crazy camping arrangements, and it's hot, and there's nothing to do. It's like, oh my good gracious, the Coachella Valley is the middle of nowhere. To your
It
point,
is.
like
Yes.
you and I have driven by that a
Yeah.
bunch, going
Yeah.
from Arizona to California in our lives, and there's nothing out there. You start hitting that like intersection of like Indio and Blythe
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
Coachella Valley, you're like, wow,
Yeah.
let's get out of here as soon as possible before my air
Yes.
conditioning fails. uh, and people willingly, mostly influencers, it seems like, but people willingly will spend boatloads of money to go and do like glam camping at Coachella, and it's a whole thing. And
Yeah.
I don't know. It would take a strong lineup for me to want to go to that.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. I felt the same way about Lollapalooza, so you and I are about to find out what that's all about.
Yeah. 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 Lala is completely different because that's always been on my bucket list because it's like
Mhm.
in downtown
And it's
Chicago.
accessible.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
accessible, and you don't have to camp out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. Uh.
I think
So.
it's the camping that worries me. Like, how do you keep
Yeah.
people from stealing your stuff?
Yeah. No. Absolutely not.
You just have to,
No.
like, I mean, you have to, like, lock it all in your car,
Yeah.
which is fine, but, like, someone could literally go and steal your tent if they felt
Yes.
motivated enough to do it, and I
Yeah.
I just can't understand that. It's
Yeah.
very much honor code, honor system. I I don't know. Frightens me.
I agree. I agree. Um, Other sets from the weekend. Justin Bieber. Are you a Justin Bieber fan or were a Justin Bieber fan? I've never been. I've never liked his music. I've never, yeah.
I'm an
So I saw,
enjoyer. I'm an enjoyer, but I feel like his he had a rough shake where like I think because he was essentially one of the prototypical like YouTube to big stars and of that era, and he was discovered so young that like growing up in the spotlight to the extent that he was very harmful and predatory to the way that he grew up, and like there's no way that anybody who had that amount of exposure from that age into it, like he got discovered at 15 or 16 years old,
yeah,
maybe younger than that, and now he's in his 30s, and you've spent more than half of your life getting followed by the paparazzi everywhere you go. Like that's no life for a kid to have, and he sort of had a little bit of a tough shake into late adulthood just as a result of, dealing with the effects of all that stuff, like just how it plays on you mentally. And I don't know, I he's kind of fallen off for me with his last couple of albums in recent years. Like it's been a very different sound for him, and obviously more so than when he was a literal teenager making pop music. But I wasn't I wasn't moved by his set. I thought it was fun, but then, you go back and you compare it to Sabrina Carpenter and you're like, one of these is a full-scale production. One of these is Justin Bieber on his YouTube sponsored laptop looking up videos on YouTube and doing karaoke to his own old songs, and Some of that I understand because I guess I'm hearing that like maybe he sold some of his old catalogs, like he doesn't have the rights to those tracks anymore, like his masters. But it still is. There's such a a dichotomy and such like directly comparing those two sets from literally day one to day two. There's such a discrepancy in the way that those were treated and they were received relatively the same way. That part I
Yeah.
don't understand.
Yeah, I don't get that at all. I did see more jokes surrounding Justin Bieber than I did Sabrina. I felt like Sabrina was mostly very, very positive, and the big criticism of Sabrina I saw was that her, as many great songs as she has, it's like trying to sustain an hour and a half set on a lot of songs that don't pop as hard as an espresso or please 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 or
Sure.
songs like that. That was a criticism I saw of her, which is fine. That was probably my big criticism of that. But yeah, compared to Justin Bieber, who was like just all the clips I saw, there was like zero energy to that entire set. Just looked like he didn't want to be there. I didn't. I don't get it. Like maybe there was some sort of like weird like I don't know like artistry going on. I saw a couple dudes were like, oh, well, maybe this was intentional, and this was like his like kind of like super artistic vision of like being the kind of anti-headliner set at Coachella. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't know about that. I don't know about playing a YouTube video of Baby and trying to like play karaoke to it was is a smart or fun or interesting thing to do when you're getting paid $10 million to play your set that night or for 2 weekends. Like,
Sure.
goddamn.
It reminded me a lot of his set at I think it was the Grammys this year when he just pretty much went up there with like a guitar and a loop pedal and a laptop and did I want to say it was Yukon that just he did a very stripped back performance, but it almost seemed like he just didn't rehearse it. That like none of it was rehearsed. That like maybe he showed up for 15 minutes on the rehearsal day and was like, "Yeah, no, this is good enough. We'll just do it live." And then whatever you got was whatever you got. It was kind of giving some of the same energy.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
like you think about I mean, we'll throw it back last year. The big performance of the festival was Lady Gaga, and you
Yeah.
have to figure years of work probably go into staging that thing, a year minimum,
Mm-hmm.
months minimum. And I don't know, maybe Justin Bieber woke up that morning and decided what songs he wanted to play and added them to a YouTube queue for the most part. But I don't know. He's a fine performer. I didn't think there was anything wrong with his vocals or, lots of people had fun. They really enjoyed it. People
Good for
were
them, I
hashtag
guess.
Biebercella. Like it was a big thing for them that okay, I'm glad you had a good time. That's what you pay for. So
Yeah.
doesn't bother me. I didn't buy the ticket.
Yeah. Other sets I watched this weekend. I didn't watch too much, but I did check out a few. Mostly on Friday and Saturday. Turnstile. I watched Turnstile. And like speaking of like the complete opposite from Justin Bieber, where I feel like you're watching him and it just sucks all the energy out of the room. You watch a Turnstile set and you watch the crowd, and it's like it's just complete 180. It like you just watch the crowd and it's just insane. It's it is legit. We always joke about opening the pit, but the pit was open at the Turnstile for the Turnstile set.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the biggest. I'm not much of a hardcore music fan, that genre. I have seen Turnstile live once myself, and they weren't really for me. But I wanted to watch the Coachella set, and they were fun. They were fun. They were a fun listen for a little bit. High energy. Enjoyed it much better than I did Justin Bieber. So I checked them out. I watched the a little bit of setup here. 9 Inch Nails has a new collab out with a DJ, whatever artist, whatever, called Boys Noise, and so
Mm.
they did a collab performance of 9 Inch Nails and Boys Noise called 9 Inch Noise. And so basically, what it was almost like a kind of uh, reworked version of 9 Inch Nails songs, and it was awesome. So it was like 9 Inch Nails, but like cranked up to like 11. So like there was like it
Okay.
was yeah, it was Nine Inch Nails remixed, and it was super cool. Um, and he had his Trent Reznor's wife was there, who was also a has a band of her own, and she was singing like backup vocals to some of the songs. And yeah, I had a great time. I Nine Inch Nails is one of those bands that like I'm not necessarily a fan of, but if like they are on, I dig them. Like I find their music to be really like really cool. Um, and but a lot of that has to do with like I'm a fan of Trent Reznor's music scores, obviously from Challengers,
Mm-hmm.
etc., etc. But that set was super cool. It was like super moody, and there were like these like weird like gray people on stage that were like backup dancers but weren't really dancing, but they were just there crawling around really creepily. At one time they were like Trent Reznor was doing Closer, and these like gray, I called them NPCs. They look like the you remember Power Rangers, and they had the
Mm-hmm.
gray dummies or whatever they were called, like the goons.
Yeah.
That's what they reminded me. They reminded me of like the Power Rangers goons.
Okay.
And one point they like go up to Trent Reznor during Closer, and they just like swallow him.
Oh, wild.
But I enjoyed that quite a bit. I like that set. They have a record coming out uh, in short order, I believe. By the end of the month, I think they have some new music coming out. So that should be a fun listen. So I watched that. I also checked out the XX, who are playing at Lollapalooza. They're like co-headlining on Sunday with Tate. I wasn't too familiar with them.
Turnstile and Boys Noise are playing Lollapalooza as well. To your
There
point,
you go. There you
you're
go.
pulling the whole lineup.
I know that's I am. Uh, yeah, and then yeah, so XX. I watched the XX, and I was not familiar with them pretty much at all. They were together for a while. They haven't put out an album in like 8 years or something. They kind of split up and they were doing some of their solo stuff. Um, but I actually really enjoyed their set too. I thought they were really cool. They had a really cool sound to them. Uh, and they're great. I don't think we're gonna be able to see them at Lala because I don't know. I'm assuming they're gonna be playing an alternate stage while Tate is playing, so we're not gonna be able to see
Mm-hmm.
them. But I enjoyed their set as well. And finally, maybe the best set of the weekend. You know it's coming.
I know it's coming, but I love that you love this. Such a
I
good
yeah, it's
update.
true. Okay, so I had no idea who she was until like I don't know 2 weeks ago or something, and I think like you tipped me off that she was playing on the Lollapalooza set as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched her. I
And it was
watched her
halfway
set.
a joke. It was halfway a
Yeah,
joke when I told you that. I'm like,
yeah.
Mama, you would love Slater. I'm like, you would. Just kind of a joke. I'm like, Richie,
And,
you would love this.
and so I watched some of her Coachella set, and they're like, this freaking rocks, man! It is like
Yeah.
her new record just came out a couple weeks ago called "Worst Girl in America," and I've been listening to it so much over the weekend. Like it's such like it is like I'm not a Charlie XCX fan really. I don't like that style of club music,
Mm-hmm.
but Slater is like she is like this like conglomeration a little bit of different styles in that same kind of genre. So she reminds me
Mm-hmm.
a lot. She has a little bit of some Kesha vibes to her, um, and a little bit of Charlie XCX, and a little bit of that like hardcore style to her as well. Like all
Mm-hmm.
conglomerated into one, and I think her vocals are great too, honestly, which is like I can't say that about Charlie XCX, but I can say that about Slater. She also had shout out to Slater because I was watching an interview with her today, and she was like, "Yeah, for my Coachella, so I'm bringing out a full band for the first time," which was cool. And so like I really enjoyed that too. But I love Worst Girl in America. It is so freaking good, man.
Good.
It's like just get in the car and just crank that shit up to 11 and just yeah, just jump around like a maniac. So I hope we get the
Yep.
4 day passes so we can get Barricade for Slater.
Slater Cade. Oh God. We would absolutely die in there. The pit would be open and it would
The
not
pit
have
would be
anything to
very
do with
open.
us. It would be open around us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Slater is it was a surprise to me to find out when I first started listening to her, and I think it was on the last record, the title of which I can't say because it's a swear word, but I can't say it here on the podcast, but look it up if you want to. Um, but it was weird to me to find out that she wasn't as popular as I would have given her credit for. Just
Mm-hmm.
for the sound that she has. When that record came out, I was like, this is I've got to be late to the party on this.
Mm-hmm.
And then turns out that maybe we weren't, which was a surprise. I think I heard that whatever wherever they had her, whether it was a tent or a stage or whatever it was at Lollapalooza this weekend, that it was like over capacity.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she was like drawing more interest and more crowd than they thought, and that they gave her room for, which is which is rad, which is awesome. And I hope that energy keeps up because it feels like it's sort of snowballing in a good way
Yeah.
for her this year. That like obviously Crank was a little bit of a meme when it first came out, but
Yeah.
like undeniably the rest of the album has a lot of that sound too, and it
Yeah.
would just be fun live,
Mm-hmm.
just to throw down. Yeah, Slater, I you sent me a ticket when you were or a screenshot when you were looking at
Yeah.
tickets for her tour for resale, and I'm like, he might actually be engaged in this. He's on Slater TikTok, he's looking at resale tickets. Like this is no longer a joke. I think we might actually be screaming
No.
Crank among 150,000 other people at
Yeah.
Lolla.
Yeah. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I'm gonna put so much Slater on the Be Gone playlist.
Please do. I'm
We're
excited
gonna
for
get
that.
so much use out of my bass enhancer in my Nissan this
Right.
year.
Right. The last time we did it, it was Von Dutch. This time it's going to be Yes God. Yep.
The song I actually like a lot on that record is it is I love Crank. I love Old Technology.
Mm-hmm. Beat up
Are good.
Chanel's.
Yeah.
Uh,
Um but it's the I actually I think it might be Crank, and it's the lyric where she references Richard Linklater. I was like,
yeah, there's a physical Richard name drop in that song that caught me
yes.
off guard the first time I heard it. I was like, "What?" Uh, yeah, it's that one. I think my favorite at the moment is probably Dance, but
Hmm.
it goes back and forth. They're all good. Yeah, it's like if you're listening to the podcast and you may not be familiar, Richie, but there's an artist called Cobra that has a lot of the same sound that is just it's that like Euro synth like nasty tech house girl pop. It's
Hmm.
awesome. It's like if you took Von Dutch and then certain parts of Girl So Confusing featuring Lord and you like made the and you cultivated them into a petri dish to make its
Yeah.
own genre, and then you sprinkled in a little bit of like the Kesha Joyride Revved Up remix.
Hmm.
It's like that. It's if those things melded together and created their own DNA, and a lot of it is honestly a lot of it was it's good. You could tell where the influences came from over the years, but it's its own genre right now that I don't think you can necessarily call it hyper pop, but it's like something else. But it's fun.
Yeah.
It'll be fun with a
Uh, sh-
crowd of people.
yeah. She's been calling it iPod music in
Okay.
like a lot of the promotion
Okay.
because she was like,
iPod
yeah, it's kind
music.
of a throwback to a lot of the music I was listening to in that time, and like a
Mm-hmm.
lot of those influences.
Yeah, it's fun.
There you go. Go listen to Slater, everybody. Great music. Yeah, so there you go. Those are all the sets I watched at Coachella this weekend. I'll probably pop on and watch some more. I was bummed I missed Jack White,
Look,
Jack Black.
that's they're like it's like Jack Black's Wario, Jack
They were,
White.
yeah, they were. I mean, hell, they were just on SNL together last week, so like that's probably why I had
Right.
that in the
It's
brine. But yeah,
Tenacious D versus the White Stripes. It's
yeah,
it's the Jekyll and Hyde. Yeah.
yeah. I did miss Jack White, who played at like 3 o'clock on a freaking Saturday, on like a smallish stage. Like, damn, what the hell, man? What are we
He's
doing
going on
here?
tour.
Yes, he is. Yes.
Mhm.
Uh, so I did. Hopefully, I'll maybe check out his set this weekend, as well. There's another set I missed too that I wanted to watch. I don't remember who it was. Oh well, I'll figure it out.
Ethel Kane.
Yeah. Oh, I did. I did. I texted you about that. I was like, oh, hey, they're replaying Ethel Kane right now on the YouTube stream. Oh, it's over.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to see approximately 30 seconds of the Ethel Kane set.
Yeah.
I'm just laughing imagining a bunch of people that have only been exposed to American Teenager and they show up and she's doing like Ptolemaea live. You're like, well,
Yeah.
this is not what I thought it was at all. Like, did I just get cursed? Like, what happened here? Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. So there's Coachella on the lead up to Lollapalooza. We are still waiting to get off the wait list. So we're going to be calling up
Mm,
our shamans and our Etsy witches
mm-hmm.
so we can get off the wait list.
Yep. Our psychics, our spirit
I forgot
guides.
to burn my sage last week. I told you on last week's show I was going to get off the show and burn my sage
Well, that's
to
why we
give
didn't
us
get tickets, my
yeah,
guy.
to give us the luck for last week's on sale, and I blew it. I'm sorry. That was my fault. Yeah.
Damn, man. Well, now that makes sense now. I was like, I'm wondering how I got such terrible luck. Well, Richie didn't burn his sage like he said he was gonna.
The candle that's sitting on my countertop in my kitchen for 3 years that I've only used one time,
Mm-hmm.
in another attempt to get tickets to something else, which I don't remember if we had got tickets to or not because I don't remember what exactly it was for. Uh,
Our track record is not good,
no,
generally.
no.
Our general on sale track record is not good. I'll
Yeah.
put that out there. We are still somehow finding ways to go by paying resale prices, but that's not sustainable. And now that everything is resale, I'm like, I
Yeah.
this is stupid.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true. Maybe we'll get some luck down the road. We'll keep you updated,
Mm-hmm.
everybody. Um, all right, let's keep talking. Let's keep on the music train here. Let's get into our tracks of the week. What do you got this week?
I have very obviously the new Lady Gaga and Doechii release Runway from The Devil Wears Prada 2. That's a good song. It's very like Supermodel by RuPaul in that. So
Yeah.
like it's not perfect, but it is fun and I think it's going to sound great in the movie with however they decide to needle drop it. And it's a fun song just to throw it on. I will note, and I forget what movie. I think it was maybe Confessions of a Shopaholic, but it was unreleased, and it was a song that at the time, yeah. So it was 2009. There was a song that she wrote and recorded for the soundtrack for Confessions of a Shopaholic, and I think maybe she sold it to whoever ultimately like mastered and released it for the film. But the song was called Fashion, and then later she actually put out a song called Fashion on Art Pop, I want to say it was. But the 2009 version of that song goes hard, and it would have
Mm-hmm.
played so well in this movie. And something made me remember it the other day. I think maybe I saw a TikTok that had the song in it, and it brought me to a place. It brought me back to the version of myself that I was when that movie Confessions of a Shopaholic came out because my mom and I love that movie. And it's dumb and it's horrible, but it's so fun for like the
Mm-hmm.
right reasons. And I just remember that song off the soundtrack and I think at that time I probably got it off of like Napster or LimeWire or whatever and it was like unreleased, but I remember having that song and it was like I was probably 13 thinking that I was, gonna sign a deal and like be a model or something just from hearing that song for the first time. So it's like that image of Miranda Cosgrove from iCarly when she was like a child looking up something on the computer and then when she's an adult looking up something on the computer.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
how it felt hearing
Yeah.
Runway and remembering fashion and being both versions of myself in that point in time. But
Mm-hmm.
that's a good song. And then I pulled out this one that you probably would like. And again, I heard it on TikTok, so I don't know why I'm getting influenced by the algorithm here. But the song is called Self Aware. The artist is Temper City. And I literally think I heard it in an ad. And I like went to click on it to find out like what the song was, and it was like this feature's not supported in an ad. I'm like, oh my god! So I had to like take out my watch or take out my laptop or something and Shazam it. It was like the hardest possible way to
Computer,
discover this
what
song. But
song is this?
Computer, what song is this? Delete search history. Um, and that's a good one. It's like an how do I describe it? You would like it. It fits with our general music taste. It's a little bit Balu Brigada. It's a
Hmm.
little bit Coin, a little bit Balu Brigada, a little bit mm, yeah, that influence definitely. Like indie pop, alt pop, stuff like that. And Friday Pilots Club keeps teasing us that they're going to release something soon because they
Hmm.
April Fools to all of us that they were like new song coming out on and we were like we'll kill you if it's an April Fool's joke, and then it was an April Fool's joke, and then in the Discord they were like we feel really bad about this, so here's a snippet of what we're working on, but I just know whatever that is when it comes out is going to be the best album I've heard recently. So we're waiting for it.
Yeah. I don't really have anything else this week because I said I've been listening to Slater too much this weekend,
Just
so I don't
Slater.
have it's I just had Worst Girl in America on repeat.
Good.
I was doing that last night when I was driving home from Speed Freaks at like 9:30 at night with my windows rolled down because it was nice outside.
Mm.
People probably thought this guy was crazy
Do
driving
yourself a
90 down.
favor, go back and listen to Miss Belladonna and Out of Time and My Body from her last
Hmm.
record.
Yeah,
Yeah, do yourself a favor. Get in the weeds of the discography there. There's some good stuff in on it.
yeah, yeah. She was actually telling a story I didn't know this until now, but one of her songs was in Enora.
Hmm. I'm gonna look up which one it was.
Yeah, because one of the dancers in the movie, Sean Baker, when he's casting his movies, he tends to cast a lot of non-professional actors, and that's what he did here. He went and he casted at the strip club. He cast actual dancers, and one of the things he was like, "Hey, what music are you guys listening to?" And Slater was one of the dancers. Was like, "Hey, I'm
Mhm.
listening to Slater," and that's how that song got put in that movie. So
There's a Reddit post that says, "Congratulations to Honora on being the best. Oh, sorry, on being the first film featuring the song "Daddy AF" by Slater to win Best Picture at the Oscars. The first and not the last, probably.
there you go. There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah, I don't really have anything else. I am very excited for another song that's been on the algorithm this week is "Want a Beer" from the next Mooner record, "Dancing on the Wall."
Hmm.
We are already
Tomorrow,
learning the
as if we
we already
record it.
yeah we are already learning the clap part so that way we can get it right for
Hmm.
the show.
Hmm. Yeah, we're working hard.
Choreography. I don't do choreography well, but I think I can clap on time.
You say you don't do choreography well, but then you're like, well, but I could Lush Life. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I can lush life. Come on. I don't know why you
That's
can't
more
doubt me.
choreography than clapping.
That's what I'm saying. It's like lush life isn't hard because there isn't that much involved. I can do that,
I think you have that skill.
yeah. But you go any further than that, then it's kind of hard to do. It's really I'm out. But clapping I
Okay,
can do.
fair enough. All right, we did try to line dance. We did try the Cotton Eye Joe. Mixed success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not a dancer. That's why I talk instead of dance.
It's never too late to pick up a new hobby.
Yeah. Next week on the show, Richie goes to a dance
Great.
class.
Hey, Richie does merengue for the first time in his life.
Oh boy, I don't know about that. All right, let's roll on. It is now time. I don't know how we've gone 40 minutes without talking about it, but happy hack season, everybody. We are one episode down into the final season. Um, and yeah, episode one entitled EGOT debuted last week, and it was a great episode.
Yeah. Spoilers ahead. We'll timestamp it like we always do, but when it gets into hack season here on the show, you should just expect that there's going to be spoilers because we
Mm-hmm.
like to dissect the episodes a little bit. I was a little surprised, first and foremost, when I clicked on the episode and it said the runtime was only 34 minutes. I was like, oh, that feels fast. That's not what I was
Yeah.
expecting. The pacing was very, very quick.
Yeah.
Uh, that I would say that's maybe my one criticism and my one concern, and I get that they like had a lot to refresh us on and bring us back in on it, but I'm and I never say this because my attention span is so bad, but like I hope that as the season progresses, either the episodes will be a little bit longer or it will be like more than a 10 to 12 episode season because I feel like we are just going to need more time to get through all of this stuff that they teed up as being a plot point this season,
Mm-hmm.
and I would hate for it to feel rushed through to the end
Yeah.
because never in the past has it. So
Mm-hmm.
we trust the showrunners and the way that they've structured everything because again, it's never felt rushed or even really dragged, I would say, but uh I have some fears about the pacing and trying to land the plane of everything that they've set up properly without feeling like you either left something on the table or that you cut something that didn't need to be cut.
Yeah. Yeah.
And knowing that it's the final season, so insofar as they tell us that it feels like there's a lot to unpack in a short amount of time.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that. We only have 9 episodes left, so it's going to be a very very fast paced season. And going back and watching the previous seasons, I never felt like that was the case on any of the other previous seasons. Like you said, I think the show is so well paced that it doesn't. I never felt like the show was spinning its wheels for episodes, and the story wasn't moving forward, and it never felt like it was moving too quickly. Like it's a um, perfect balance between what they were trying to accomplish with the show, which is those quicker kind of comedy bits and the slowed down bits of drama and character building. The
Mm-hmm.
conversations between that happen between Ava and Deborah more so than anything else. So yeah, I'm curious to see how they go about doing it. And we know now that basically we're on like a little bit of a ticking clock, I guess, in a way, because we know now what the end goal is at this point, right? We know the end goal, as brilliantly revealed at the end of the episode, in a great scene that was fun. Um, Also, side note, can we just say in unison here? All my homies hate Bob Lipka.
Yeah, absolutely. All the homies hate Bob Lipka. That dude sucks. Boob Lipka. Uh, no, but for even even for Bob Lipka, I feel like it will be a task unlike anything the writers have ever tried to undertake before in order to get us in these remaining 9 episodes in order to close every character's arc in a way that feels satisfying and true to character and true to form and like sort of gives us a little like a nod and a goodbye to each of the characters
Mm-hmm.
that I feel like it's going to be hard because they're so complex in the way that they've built them to this point in time. That's like any character arc at this point I think is going to feel shortened for almost everyone that is not Ava or Deborah. I feel like for all the side characters that are like thinking especially of like Jimmy or Kayla, that it's going to be hard to close that loop in 9 episodes without feeling like there's something that we fell short on.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I trust them. That it feels like it's maybe going to be a lot of fan service and like bringing
Yeah.
in all the things that people have wanted to see over the last couple of seasons because we only have one more shot to do it. It was like when
Yeah.
Marcus showed up at the end of this episode. We're like, oh my
Hmm.
God, Marcus! And like
Yeah.
Josefina and Damien, like the whole gang is back together. We know that Poppy Lou is involved in some sense this season as well. That Kiki, her character,
Hmm.
and DJ is gonna be there, and like we're just sort of rolling all these things together. I have to say I'm excited for this Amazing Race episode that keeps getting
Yeah.
teased.
Yeah.
They were like, this is one thing we always wanted to do is have Deborah go on the Amazing Race. I'm like, oh my God, here we go. It's gonna be brilliant.
That episode's gonna be so good. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Side note: if there was ever a competition show that you and I would freaking crush, it would be The Amazing Race. I feel like.
You think so?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Sure as
I
shit
don't
ain't
know.
gonna be Survivor.
Well, no, I never would sign up for that show. I know my limits. Why? I'm interested to know why. Is it just because like you and I are both good at airport? Like,
Go to airport.
I'm like, is that the
Well,
is
no,
that
well,
the
because it's the
prerequisite?
entire. It's like it's. You have to make for a good team to work well on The Amazing Race, and you have to have good communication skills.
Sure, but a lot of
And
it is like you have to know bits and pieces of foreign languages or
no,
like
that's not true.
be
No,
good
that's
at
yeah, a
like
little bit. Yeah,
traveling and like communicating in other cultures
they
and like
tell
all
you they
that
tell
stuff.
you where to go. Like they tell you where to go. Like it's just reading a map, dude. You hop in
I
the
know,
car,
but
you read a
that
map, and
part
you
gives me
go to the
anxiety.
next challenge.
Yeah, but
And the
you got to make sure
challenge,
the taxi driver takes you to the right spot because that happens a lot on that
yeah,
show.
that is true. Yeah, yeah,
That you get the guide that doesn't know where they're going and you can't speak a lick of the local language and you're
yeah,
screwed. You just go in circles.
yeah.
That's the part where I feel like we would get stuck because
But I know I have watched Amazing Race many times back in the day, and I feel like that was not that big. That's not the biggest problem that people run into on the show.
no. No, the biggest problem is that you like end up fighting with your partner and you grow to despise them the
Yeah,
more time you spend with one another. It's like yeah. Yeah, the folks that are like siblings or like best friends usually do pretty well on that show, but the people that
hmm,
go on there with their spouses sometimes have a nightmare time.
yeah,
I'm like, I don't know why you would sign up for that. I haven't watched The Amazing Race in many years. My parents like that show though.
yeah. It's great. I love The Amazing Race. It's probably like I don't watch it anymore, but like my mom and I used to watch it all the time. Like we used to watch it, and and so I have an affinity for that show. I haven't watched it in a long time, but yeah, we should apply. Amazing Race. Watch out. We're gonna crush the next season of The Amazing Race.
We can apply. We can surely apply. I don't know if we'll get picked.
That or Double
You need
Dare.
to
They don't
renew your
even-
passport. If we're gonna go on that show, you
Yeah,
need to renew
yeah.
your
So
passport.
the first question on the application is, "Do you have a valid passport?" I'm gonna say
Right, I
no.
was like,
And
that's
like
in the top five
rejected.
questions. It's like after what's your name? Do you live close to a major airport? And do you have a passport? Like those are probably one, two, and three. Like or your birthday. That's like you have to be over 18. Can you travel outside of the country?
I feel like the producers would love us too because I feel like we make for great TV because we're
Oh God.
yeah because we're stupid.
No, that is true. Typically, we choose teams that have. Okay, you must have a pre existing relationship with the person. Typically, we choose teams that have known each other a minimum of 1 year. We choose relationships that are relatable. For your best chance of getting on the show, please refer to past seasons 1 through 37. Like, cool, I'm going to watch
Binge
all of
watch.
that. Do not apply if you cannot take off work to film the show. That's
That'd
about
be
it,
great. What
honestly.
excuse would you have to give? Because a lot of times I don't think you
I'm
can
going
tell.
on the Amazing Race.
Like no, that's the thing. You can't tell. Like you sign an
What do
NDA
you
and
mean
you
you
can't
can't
tell
tell them?
anybody.
Oh. Well, you can tell them you're
Yeah.
going on a TV show, but you can't tell them
No,
what it is.
I don't know if you can say you're going on a TV show either. But yeah,
I
there's
think
like
you
an
can.
NDA. There's an NDA that you sign. You can't say anything, and so
Mm.
I don't know how that works. I think maybe you're right. Maybe it's like, hey, I have a TV show. I'm gone for 2 weeks. See you later.
I feel like you would be able to. Yeah.
Hmm. I'm just trying to think of my excuse, like what my excuse would be for not showing up for 2 weeks. Oh, I get pneumonia. Sorry.
You're Is it really only 2 weeks? I feel like
I
it's
don't know. I
longer
think it's
than
a
that.
month. It's probably like a month or something. It's yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lot longer. Survivor
Uh,
is a full month for sure,
hmm You
at
could tell
least.
people you're like taking time off to reconnect with your roots in a Buddhist monastery, and you won't have access to technology. What was that thing that Aaron Rodgers did? A darkness retreat? You're doing one of
Darkness
those.
retreat. Yeah,
Yeah,
darkness retreat.
darkness retreat.
Uh oh yeah, we were talking about hacks. Sorry, I derailed the conversation.
Honestly, I
Yeah.
forgot because it went so far
Bottom
the other direction. I was like, what were we talking about?
bottom line, we're not going on Survivor. No,
No,
because I've been
no.
watching
We
the season
we
of
could do a. Are there team trivia games? Because most of the ones I know
There's
about
a
that are like
couple.
Wheel of
Yeah,
Fortune
there's
or
a few.
like The Weakest Link or Jeopardy or whatever are like solo person.
Yeah,
Maybe I
there's a
think they do
couple.
Team Jeopardy. Maybe
There's some of the yeah yeah I think so.
we
There's
could maybe do that.
yeah, Family Feud.
Who else would we get on our Family Feud team? Each person gets to pick one additional member. I'm gonna pick my mom because she knows a lot, and you get to pick a friend that also has trivia knowledge.
Yeah yeah
We might be fine at that show. I don't know.
uh
Steve Harvey,
yeah
call us.
yeah right. Anyway, back on track. We were talking about hacks.
Mm-hmm. We were, and we are.
I forgot to tell you, or I did tell you, but you didn't tell me back. I asked you. I was like, "Hey, should I get the ad plan or not for HBO?" Because I hadn't had HBO, and
Mm-hmm.
I got it just to watch hacks. And I even asked you. I was like, "Hey, should I get the ad plan or the non-ad plan?" And you were like, "Get the ad plan and save for the tape fund." And then we push play on the episode, and then I tell you there's an ad break, and you're like, "Oops, I have the bougie plan." Like, bro. So you had to pause the show and wait for me as I'm going through my stupid ads.
It tells you how little I actually use HBO Max as a service because I did not remember that I don't have the ad plan. Like I have ads on everything else. I have ads on Hulu. I have ads on Disney. We don't pay for the ad-free plan, but I think that we may get HBO Max through a cable provider or through like a
Mm.
cellular carrier or something like that, and so it's whatever they had. But yeah, I did have to pause a few times, and I'm currently dreading what's gonna happen that week that there's multiple episode drops.
Yeah.
That's like I'm gonna have to sit through 3 or 4 ad breaks per episode for 2 episodes.
They weren't even that long. They
It's
were
just
like
really dragging that
they
thing
were
out.
like they were like a 30-second ad. It was
No,
fine.
they were not long. They were not long. It was
Yeah.
the hardest part was trying to time it
To
on the way
time it.
back so that I
I tried
wouldn't
to
be
count you down.
yeah, so I wouldn't be really far off the pace or too far ahead on where you were so that we would accidentally send each other spoilers. That's the only thing
Which
I'm afraid of is sending you
yeah.
a spoiler. I'm like
Yeah.
I'll feel bad if that happens. So that's the one thing I want to avoid. So I thought I was a little bit ahead of you, and so I would wait like 5 seconds before
Yeah.
whatever I sent. I was like, okay, I think that's probably safe. He'll be there by now.
Good plan. Good plan. A couple things that happened this episode to touch on real quickly. Um we got some great stuff from Robbie Hoffman, who's back as Randy this year. Just an incredible episode from Randy
So good.
this week. My my favorite was my favorite bit is when oh yeah, we can drive, to meet Deborah and Ava. and, and Randy's like, it's Jimmy's car. So like we'll take Jimmy's car. And then Randy's like, I'll drive. I just got my license. And,
You just got your license?
and poor Jimmy got stuck in the back seat of his own car.
Mm-hmm. My favorite was when they were all around the table discussing the plan for Deborah's EGOT,
Yeah.
and she's laying out the terms of this non-compete clause in the contract. Is like, you just have all that memorized involuntarily. Someone recently told me they thought I was autistic. Jimmy goes, that was me this morning. Too good.
Incredible character. I love this show, man.
Yeah.
It's so, it's,
Yeah.
uh,
Yep.
so that we had the great Randy bits, and we had some incredible Kayla bits this episode as
Hmm.
well. Good cop, bad cop, but the actress they ended up firing from the Fatty Arbuckle movie was so good.
Yep.
And I can't replicate the line reading of this, so I'm just gonna. I have the screenshot here. This is
Hmm.
this quote right there.
Yeah. Oh, gay ass. It was so funny in that. And they walk back into the trailer because Jimmy lets Kayla be bad cop first. And then he's like, I don't know why I did that. You should have never been bad cop. And they walk back in and they've switched roles. And she's like, hey, girl, sorry about that. I'm like super bipolar. She's like, oh, I didn't know. And just play it backward the whole rest of the way. And then Jimmy's trying to fire her and like let her down gently. And meanwhile, Kayla, who's now good cop, is signing her to their agency.
Yeah,
She's like, well, I am in need of representation.
so good.
Nothing
There's
accomplished,
So
but
that was
so
a great
funny.
riff. That was a great bit. The other big bit of the episode is in Deborah's journey to get her EGOT status. She decided to
Mhm.
go after the Grammy, and how'd she try to go after the Grammy in the greatest way imaginable?
Mhm. Yeah, it was not a well, they tried the audiobook route,
Yeah,
and they wanted to do a memoir or a biography of Deborah Vance, and they were gonna have Tony Kushner write it, which was funny as hell. And then Deborah's beefing with Tony Kushner, and so then they pivot and they decide to enter her as it's like a feature. She's not a producer; she's a
yeah,
feature on this song, which is I forget the exact name of the category, but it's like they're like this is a thin category this year, and it's like best Latin original song including Tejano or something like that, and they get Gene Smart singing in fluent Spanish.
hmm
And the whole scene is incredible. And then they're debriefing in the kitchen afterwards, and Ava's like, I don't know if this is the right way to go about it. Deborah goes, "Por qué no?" Like in the best, like
yeah,
just it was brilliant. That whole bit. She's like, Ava, I need you to tell me the truth. Do you think I'm doing something wrong? And but it was truly excellent. That whole first episode.
yeah. We also got the names or some of the names of Deborah's previous specials.
Mm-hmm.
I think I sent them to you. Here we go. If you and your friends aren't talking about Not a Vance in Hell, Under the Knife, Over the Drama, Live at the Mall of America, The Olester Diaries, Live for Your Diet, The Deb Commandments, and my favorite, Deborah Vance Live, sponsored by Sears, it's time to
Then you need
find new
new
friends.
friends.
Yeah.
Yep.
They actually on the Hacks official podcast, they were
Mm-hmm.
explaining that there were deleted special names, and so one of them, I don't remember if it was Jenna or Lucia, brought up a list of some of the deleted names they had too. So
Oh, that's good.
yeah,
I'm gonna have to tune in on that. I found the category title. It is regional Mexican music album including Tejano. And someone did the translation, and apparently the song was about her salt and pepper shakers.
oh no way,
Hmm.
I love that.
Also, I have to shout out. This happened in like the first 5 minutes of the episode, so it kind of got like buried under everything else. But I have to shout out Josefina and her
Yeah,
arc where she like the whole time I was defending you on my burner at Joyce Goldblatt Chang. And I saw so many people on Twitter with like new profile names that were something of
yeah,
the similar variety as being
yeah,
Joyce Goldblatt Chang after the episode aired. it,
yeah,
was, it was too good.
yeah. Um, I did like there were some. I texted you about this too. I did. There were some like parallels to callbacks to previous seasons, and they've all talked about how they're going to do a lot of this. But it was um in the first episode, it was Deborah barging into Ava's Ava's room while Ava was still asleep and like waking her up with the idea to go after the EGOT, I think at that time. Uh, and I was like, call back to season one.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey, don't you knock? I'm
Yeah.
like, technically this is my room. The 19 what was it called? The 1987 to 1982 room.
Yeah, it's like the 1982 to something guest suite. Yeah. Okay, but all the
Um,
artwork in there has been changed since the first appearance
yes,
of the guest
yeah,
suite. There's different stuff that they've put on there, and it's been less Deborah with potentially controversial historical figures, and now more commemorating Deborah's achievements
yeah,
as a comedian after post Ava
yeah,
Daniels,
yeah.
which is fun. I like that.
When I was on my rewatch, I texted you the I texted you the pictures because I cracked up so hard because I
Mm-hmm.
forgot, and there was the pictures of her with Saddam Hussein and Dick Cheney. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
that killed me, absolutely killed me.
Hacks is always the best at those
Yeah.
details.
Um. There you go. So there's episode one in a nutshell. Do we miss anything? Oh yeah. We get the secret show at the
Mm.
warehouse,
Mm-hmm.
and at that secret show we another great callback to an earlier season where Damien is taking everybody's phones and putting them in the bags.
Mm-hmm.
One of my
And then he
favorite
doesn't
bits
remember whose bag is which. Yeah.
yeah, that's one of my favorite bits from the earlier seasons. It was like, you were supposed to remember the number I gave you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I thought it was a great little callback too. And then we later on we find out that oops, the video leaked. Who leaked it? Oh, it was a plan all along. Deborah and Ava were the ones to leak it to keep her name out in the headlines, and she uses it to announce her next big thing, which she wants to go sell out Madison Square Garden.
Hell yeah.
And there you go. And there's the season.
It was a perfect plot, and it despite looking back on it now, it being a little bit predictable, I gotta say they sold me on it. I was caught off guard. I was like, oh no, like that footage leaked, and then I was seeing the angle from which the video was taken and remembering that the people that were standing in that position were most of Deborah's inner circle
Yeah.
that were sort of stage left to that. I'm like, that's a suspicious angle. That looks like it could have been someone's phone that they know.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, it was. Well
It
played, well
was.
done, well
Yeah.
executed.
All my homies hate Bob Lipka. Free Deborah.
Period. That's all that needs to be said.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go. So on to episode two. I can't believe that the show is going to end like Memorial Day weekend. So we only get like 2 months and that's it. And it's over.
It's not enough time. It's not enough time. I wanted to have more time.
But unfortunately, they are doing that because the Emmy deadline is like, I think probably I'm assuming the last day in May. So they need to get all the
Mm-hmm.
show out before then. Um, so yeah, there you go. Hacks episode one. There was one. Oh, I did have one other thing here. We're already over time, so maybe we can save it for next week.
We could go over. It's just a couple
Ah,
minutes.
all right. Who cares? This is our
Let's go
show.
over. Yeah.
This is our
We can do
show.
what
We
we
can
want.
decide. We can do whatever we want.
Sure.
We had to bring up the Artemis 2 mission to the moon and back to Earth. Um, I was not super into this before it happened, and then I was like, first of all, I didn't even realize that this mission was happening until it was happening, and
Mm-hmm.
then while it was happening, I was like, oh, that's cool. We're going to the moon. All right, cool, whatever. And then we started to get some of the pictures back of seeing the moon and Earth in the same shot, similar to the Apollo missions. And I think I
Mm-hmm.
texted you after I saw some of those pictures, like, I'm having an existential crisis over this. Like, I was getting kind of emotional about it. I was like, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
man, this is so cool. And I posted Carl Sagan's Pale Blue Dawn on my Instagram story. People loved that, and And yeah, I had like this existential crisis of like, damn man, we as a like like our little stupid little rock in our tiny little corner of our solar system, in our tiny little corner of our galaxy, in a tiny little spot in amongst a massive and vast cosmic ocean, as Carl Sagan described it many years ago. Uh, I just had this like existential thought of like we as human beings like are so much more alike than everybody thinks we are. And I just had the existential crisis of like, man, why are there wars? Why I was like, yeah. So I had that thought all week long while I was watching that. I was like, why can't we just all be nicer to each other, man? They're just like we all of us just need at some point need to look up at the stars and understand that we are one tiny part of a massive, massive universe. And our planet is so unique, and we need to take care of our planet and take care of each other. And that's my message to you, everybody who's listening to this: is take care of each other. All of us as human beings are much closer and have much more in common than we think. There you go. That's my little. That's, and look, I made my little. And I have that's my lock screen right now too.
There you go.
So
That was really nice. I don't have anything to
yeah,
add on that. I'm gonna make it worse if I do that. But I was stressed out watching them re-enter the whole time because we got so
yeah,
attached to them and
yeah.
they were so wonderful the whole time, and we were like copy friendship bracelet, copy
Mm-hmm.
heart, like copy
Yeah.
thumbs up, like just it was so cute the whole time, and that crew had so much appreciation for one another and sort of an understanding of the depth of the mission and
Mm-hmm.
what they were doing, and in a way what they were giving back to us the whole time that they were doing that. And I was stressed out watching them come back, but it was they made it back safely. There was a tweet going around that was viral that was like the previous cruise, like the Challenger crew got them out safely and Columbia brought them back, and there were, all kinds of other things that was there's been a legacy of space travel that they are now a storied part of, and
Mm-hmm.
they seem like wonderful humans, and I look forward to seeing and hearing everything that they learned and everything that they did. And uh, we'll see when the next one is. They were already joking about that. They're like, look at these photos. Like, I mean, they're like, look how far away we are. Like, I wish we were closer. They're like, well, guess we'll just have to go back.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Next
cool.
next Artemis mission is supposed to be in 2027, and then they're hoping to land on the moon by 2028.
Wow, that would be insane.
Mm-hmm.
It's even more insane given that the first time we did it, we didn't have any of this technology, and there's still so
In
many question
19
marks
yeah,
about.
1969, man. It's like yeah.
They
The
were
more you
writing the
think of
code for the rockets by hand.
yeah, yeah.
And we have all
It
this stuff today, and there still are so many question marks about how we make it work and how we make it best for the astronauts and how we can ensure that it's all safe. And there's just some assumption of risk involved with all of it, but it feels monumental, the fact that we did that 50 years ago without any of the tech that we have now. We just shot them up there and said, I hope you get back.
yeah. Yeah.
We've done all we can do. I hope you get
Mm-hmm.
back.
Right. Right. Yeah, so there you go. We That's our ending on a hopeful note, everybody.
I have nothing to
There you go.
add.
Yeah, right. There you go. That's the episode. Tune in next week for more hacks, insight, um, and whatever else we decide to do, including continuing our countdown to our massive live stream extravaganza on our Twitch
Mm-hmm.
channel, which I'm excited for. Um, I will have my water bottle in hand, so I don't have to move the entire day. Actually, I should treat it as like a mini Lollapalooza. I'll wear a diaper so I don't have to get up and move all day long.
No, we're not doing that. We're not
There's
doing
no
diapers for
there's
Lollapalooza.
no
There's no way.
no no breaks, no commercial breaks. We're only allowed to eat whatever we bring to beside us on our couches. the entire
Cliff
live
Bar.
stream.
Yeah, there will be no DoorDash. This presentation does not include delivery.
So stay tuned for that, everybody. Follow us on our Twitch channel, and that'll be coming soon. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in. Follow us on the internets for more information and more hacks, memes, I'm sure. Until then, goodbye, everybody. See you next time.